My brother and I farm out at Chester Partnership out at Westwood, and this block of trees is out at Selborne on Quamby Park. Our farm is 2,600 hectares. We farm prime lambs, fattened beef cattle, and do irrigated cropping. I just found out through word of mouth with the program. I spoke to PFT and they were very interested in it and really good to deal with. We did have gums that were shelter belts and we wanted more shelter belts, so we've done a lot of planting around that, and also the rougher country that a lot of thorns the sheep would always run and hide in and very difficult to muster. They weren't being productive country, so we planted the pines in that. Some of it was on a very steep rocky bank that they're growing well on, so it's made that land more productive, and we've fenced it off so it's suited our paddocks better and then become shelter for the more improved pasture down below. The newest woodlots planting is about 50 hectares and previous woodlots is about 25 hectares, which are pushing 20 to 25 years old now. So they've been managed, they've been thinned and pruned. They are pines, so we plan to harvest them around the 30-year mark. We've been planting shelter belts for a while now. We've just re-fenced this whole farm. It was a whole farm plan where to put the shelter belts, putting in new fence lines. And we have mainly gone on the west and south side and on the rockier banks where you couldn't be productive otherwise. It's obviously more expensive to do the trees on the rougher country because the machines can't go over it as easily. And you have to get better and bigger machines or helicopters to spray it. We did use technical forest services, which was great. We're not professionals in growing trees, so outsourcing that, which was really good. He managed everything, which means it happened on time, and the trees were here, the fertiliser was on, and the spraying was done, so it's good having someone push us to do the trees correctly. It was a good learning curve, learning where some of the pine trees can grow and where they have grown. One of the paddocks they were planted in is called rock cliffs, which is just cliffs of rock, and they were just shovel planted, they weren't mounded, just spade planted, and they've grown really well, which we just never thought you could do anything with that type of land. They were planted 2 years and 3 weeks ago, and they all survived really well through the first spring, enjoyed that. And then last summer was very dry and they took a hit in that. There was one of the highest survival rates at the start out of the trial, and then over the summer on some of this rocky bank, they took out quite a lot of trees. 15% were resown, but the benefits of planting shelter belts are significant. We record every paddock and we know that you're getting 10 to 15% more lamb survival in well-sheltered paddocks compared to open pivots and open paddocks that are next to a dam or where the wind can really howl down it. It is a significant part of our profit. Some of our high-value crops like beans and potatoes can get windburn on their leaf, so if you can stop that, that is a big saving.